What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, these reports are now coming out that Jose Benavidez Sr., father, trainer, and manager of undefeated two-time WBC super middleweight world champion, Mexican Ecuadorian superstar boxer, David the Mexican Monster Benavidez, who has 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. He says he contradicted himself, right, in these negotiations that gave an opening to people to say that David Benavidez is now ducking Canelo Álvarez, the fight that they have been calling for a long time. For an extremely long time, they have been calling for a fight with Canelo Álvarez. Now, there was a report that came out, and this report came out, and it stated that Canelo Álvarez, from Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Haymon, was offered a whopping $55 million, half of $100 million, to fight David Benavidez. And Canelo Álvarez was mulling it over. And while Canelo Álvarez, who is the 4-division world champion and is the undisputed super middleweight world champion with a record of 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, while Canelo Álvarez was mulling it over and thinking about, what was he going to do? Am I going to take the $55 million to fight David Benavidez? Or am I going to take the guaranteed purse that was reported to take $35 million guaranteed to fight former WBO junior middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, Jaime Munguia? Jaime Munguia has a record of 43 wins, no losses, no draws, 34 big wins by way of knockout. He's 6 feet tall with a 73-inch arm reach at 27 years of age. They both 27 years of age, right? And so it was reported that Canelo Álvarez was guaranteed a $35 million purse to fight Jaime Munguia in a joint network, which would see, obviously, Jaime Munguia. He's with Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, and DAZN. So $35 million because DAZN can help lift the load. Because we know Showtime got out the business of the sport of boxing after 37 years being in the sport of boxing and swept the rug right underneath Al Haymon and the PBC's feet, leaving them stranded to find a network. They partnered up with Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is reportedly not having a budget, or if they do have a budget, it's not a massive budget for the PBC. It's just a distribution deal. So they need the help of Oscar De La Hoya, DAZN, and Golden Boy to help lift the load. So it's said that Al Haymon told Canelo Álvarez, you'll get your guaranteed $35 million to fight Jaime Munguia. But if you insist on fighting the identical twin brother of your last opponent, September 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena showdown with Jermell Charlo, his identical twin brother, Jermall Charlo, we can't guarantee you that $35 million purse because it's in-house. So with that said, it was stated that they are offering Canelo Álvarez $55 million. Now, Samson Likowicz, who is the manager of David Benavidez, he made this statement, right? Then he retracted it. He took it down. Initially, he made the statement, then he retracted it, right? And now it's being said from Canelo Álvarez's side. Because remember now, David Benavidez, he then announced he was fighting Alexander Gvozdyk, right? Former world champion at light heavyweight. The one that ended the career of Adonis Stevenson, right? And nearly took Adonis Stevenson's life in that fight, right? But then he lost to Artur Beterbiev in a unification bout. And now that's who David Benavidez is going to fight next. And he's going to move up in weight. He's moving up to light heavyweight, 175. He announced this right when we heard that Canelo Álvarez was offered this $55 million and that David Benavidez was supposed to be waiting. But now we hear the truth, right? Now it's said that Canelo Álvarez and his team offered David Benavidez because, keep in mind, Canelo Álvarez, manager, longtime trainer, well-renowned trainer, two-time trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso, he stated that this was not true, that they not only did not get an offer, but they haven't spoken to Al Heyman. They didn't make an offer. Golden Boy didn't make an offer. Bob Arum and Top Rank didn't make an offer. Nobody made an offer to them, okay, for a fight. So all this money at all, they heard nothing. But now in reverse, right? Now in reverse. Now, keep in mind, Jose Benavidez Sr., he stated that Al Heyman must be desperate if this is the case, right? And now we're hearing that Canelo Álvarez offered David Benavidez $5 million. $5 million. Guaranteed purse to fight David Benavidez. Now, keep in mind, the WBC, World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, board of 32 members, they are stating that, they're going to go to make a decision in March to see what Canelo Álvarez plans is going to be, or be stripped of his title, because David Benavidez is the mandatory. Now, David Benavidez, if you don't know, he lost his titles due to D-Rug's use the first time. And then he lost it again after beating Anthony Durrell and picking the WBC title back up. He lost it again to losing weight, missing weight on the scale, right? So now we understand David Benavidez doesn't have a belt because he's been stripped of his belt. But Canelo Álvarez offering David Benavidez for a massive fight. This is arguably the biggest fight in boxing. A guaranteed purse of $5 million. To me, is ridiculous. Because Jermell Charlo fought Canelo Álvarez. Right? And Jermell Charlo reportedly got a bigger purse than David Benavidez will? Now, Jermell Charlo already had a loss. Jermell Charlo fought at 154. Now, he was the undisputed champion. But he fought at 154. He already had a loss. He already had a draw. This is not his weight class. And he's not the best fighter in the division. That's unbelievable. That they would offer a possible guaranteed purse, depending upon who you ask, bigger for Jermell Charlo than David Benavidez. Or if this holds to be true or not true, right? Either which way, David Benavidez should be offered a bigger guaranteed purse than $5 million. Right? Because, see, depending upon what report you go off of, some reports say Jermell Charlo got 1.5. Some reports say he got 7 million guaranteed. There's different amounts. That's stated, right? That Jermell Charlo got for Canelo Álvarez fight. But it's just, to me, if Canelo Álvarez is going to be guaranteed $35 million at the very least for the biggest fight in boxing, David Benavidez can only receive $5 million? And I saw Rick Glazer, shouts out to Coach Malachi because he had Rick Glazer on. And Rick Glazer said that he don't believe that David Benavidez wants to fight anymore either because he don't think that he can make the weight. He thinks he's stalling because of the weight. or he moved up because of the weight, because in a few weeks, the WBC is going to make a decision. So why did you move up? Which I completely understand that. But when you look at it from this standpoint, David Benavidez is just moving on with his career because you just waiting to hit the lottery with Canelo Álvarez, who doesn't truly have any interest in fighting David Benavidez. This is abundantly clear. It's abundantly clear. There's nothing to discuss. He should be fighting David Benavidez next. He cleaned out the rest of the division. He's undisputed in under a calendar year. He had a voluntary fight against a junior middleweight. What is David Benavidez is already the WBC mandatory. It's the biggest fight in boxing, arguably, that could be made. Now, I would argue that Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis is the biggest fight in boxing. Maybe Terrence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez. But there's no doubt David Benavidez versus Canelo is top 3 biggest fights in the sport of boxing. And he's only getting offered $5 million? Now, the contradiction on the behalf of Jose Benavidez that people are trying to hawk on and sink their claws into is that he stated that they was never offered anything. And then he came out and he said that they was offered $5 million, the minimum, because they thought that he wasn't going to take it. Okay. And because he thought that they wasn't going to take it, they tried to lowball him in hopes of just being able to go back and to the public and say, well, we offered him $5 million. We made him an offer and he simply didn't want to take it. Let's listen.
I get a call from Samsung, and they said that the camp for Canelo Álvarez wanted to take the fight, but the only way that they would take the fight is that we would take the minimum. And I said, sure, no problem. We just want the opportunity, to fight. Let's make it happen. Either way, I know if we get to this fight, things are going to get better anyways. It doesn't matter if we lose or win, and we were willing to take the opportunity. So we said yes to it, and then both of them disappear. Munguia and Canelo disappear. So I think they just wanted to test us and see. They thought I was going to ask for more money, and they could have said that they did offer us and we wanted more money, but we were willing to take the minimum. David right now makes more money fighting other people than fighting Canelo Álvarez.
So there you have it. So Canelo Álvarez never went back to the negotiation table. He's doing this just to say that he made him an offer. And like he said, Jose Benavidez Sr. said, they never had plans to actually, make this fight happen, right? And now Canelo Álvarez, is negotiating to fight Edgar Berlanga. Okay? They have preliminary talks already with Eddie Hearn regarding the Canelo Álvarez Berlanga fight in 2024. And Berlanga is now being offered as a possible opponent for May 4th. Berlanga just fought last night. He got a knockout. Canelo Álvarez says that he's going to fight an American. And so now Berlanga is being offered up to Canelo Álvarez. Again, like I said, they just wanted to make an offer for the sake of saying they made an offer to David Benavidez. And like David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez Sr. said, he called their bluff. He called their bluff by accepting this. And the fact that he accepted this offer and Canelo Álvarez is not looking to take it, and Canelo Álvarez is now negotiating already with Edgar Berlanga, is utterly ridiculous. There's no way, and I love Edgar Berlanga, great kid, from New York. I want to see him win, but I got to be truthful. He's 22 wins, no loss, no draw, 17 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 6'1" with a 73-inch arm reach. He got a knockout over Padraig McCrory last night, who was 18 wins, no loss, no draw in the 6th round. Edgar Berlanga does not deserve an opportunity to fight Canelo Álvarez over David Benavidez, and no stretch of the imagination. There's no justification at all whatsoever to justify Edgar Berlanga fighting Canelo Álvarez May 4th. There's simply no justification for it. You cannot justify it. You just simply can't. No way, no how. You can't justify it, period. So David Benavidez, this is why, when Rick Glazer says that, David Benavidez, he don't think he can make the weight, hence the reason why he's moving up, and he feels like he didn't really want to fight. No, I don't think that that's the case at all. Even though, he said that he should have just waited a couple of weeks and let the WBC do their due diligence and then, make their decision and then force Canelo Álvarez into the fight. The fact is you cannot force Canelo Álvarez into no fight. You simply cannot. And the fact that he's negotiating or having any kind of conversation with Edgar Berlanga, it just tells you everything you need to know. It tells you everything you need to know, period. He don't want to fight David Benavidez, and there's no point in David Benavidez wasting his time, because that's exactly what he would be doing, wasting his time. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. You already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.